So thank you all for joining us for our second all demo no pitch. Today, we're going to be showcasing our newly announced pre-composed solution for B2B commerce. So now let's start with the good stuff. So as many of you on the call probably know, so many B2B businesses are eager to embrace digital, and they've come to us at Elastic Path saying that they need to meet the needs of younger B2B buyers, outpace the competition, keep up with the changes that COVID has really forced on us. But we know that B2B business is complex, and transitioning to digital can be really challenging. Integrating multiple existing systems, making sure those technical processes that are really unique to your business, like quoting, for example, are brought to digital in the correct way is challenging. And that's exactly why we have partnered with our SI partner, DigiCommerce, to co-develop this new pre-composed solution for B2B commerce. If you're not familiar with pre-composed solutions, there's something we offer at Elastic Path, and really they're business-ready solutions pre-composed of core commerce functionality from Elastic Path, plus integrations, customizations, sometimes third-party partners as well, to make it fast and easy to launch the commerce experience that your business needs. Today, we're specifically talking about B2B commerce. So our goal of this session is to share a firsthand look at our new pre-composed solution for B2B. Enough from me. I'm excited to be joined by Dom DAvirro, who is the CEO of DigiCommerce. Together, our teams have built this solution, and I'm going to hand it over to him to start the demo today.
Perfect. Thank you, Hannah. I'm going to just share my screen. Give me a second here. And let me know when you're able to see it.
I see it. You are good.
Perfect. All right. As Hannah explained, this is a pre-composed B2B solution. We'll go over a few core features of the solution today, starting off with navigation and looking at various categories, as well as various pricing where you have account level pricing. So I'll log in as one of the accounts, which is Nicole. And right away, right off the bat, you'll see that she has her own products, her own categories that she has access to, including her account level pricing. Now, when somebody's not logged in, you don't have to have pricing. It doesn't have to show. You could just have a regular catalog or just regular content pages. But once you log in, that catalog can appear. So we'll go through a quick orders all the way through to a quote process. Now, different ways that you can add a quote is you can upload a quick CSV file, add SKUs one at a time within the quick order process. Now, as a buyer, you can go through a regular checkout, or you can save the cart for future projects. And let's say this is your monthly recurring orders that you want to create and save them to use them over and over. So as you can see, the list has been saved. Now let me just add an item to the cart. So one of the parts that we wanted to do is make sure that we make it intuitive. So as long you can see that it's a thumbnail view, you can switch over to a list view. Now, the details that you add or want to have the buyer see is all configurable. And if I go into directly into the cart, we'll see that the item that I added. So let's say it's time for Nicole to do her monthly orders. I'll go into the saved cart, which this is the cart that was saved. Now I can edit the cart, I can delete the cart, I can share the cart. Now, within this current environment, the business rule here is to be able to share the cart within my own accounts. So I'm sharing it with Sam, which is the manager of the New York office. And now Nicole is time of the month and she wants to restore it. So as you're restoring the cart, the system knows that there's an item in the cart. So you can either save it, delete it, or and then restore the cart as is. So I'll save it, the item, so it will create a separate shopping list or saved cart. So you'll see the items that were part of my initial saved cart are here. When I go back into the saved cart, the item that was within my shopping cart at that particular time is actually saved. Now, again, I could delete it, restore it, share it, and so forth. So again, during on the shopping cart, you have several options that the buyer can do, and one of them is to request a code. So in this scenario, Nicole is going to request a 10% discount as per agreement, and the quote gets submitted. Once the quote gets submitted, you have the list of quotes here, and you'll see the quote that got submitted over. You could download the PDF. So there's a PDF for your quotes. And this PDF can be formatted, designed based on your corporate colors and so forth. And this is actually a living document. So as your quote moves and gets updated, the PDF download also gets updated by adding the discounts, adding additional products that are part of the quote, and so forth. So we'll go from the storefront to the back office. So in the back office, I'm logged in as myself. So in the storefront, I was logged in as Nicole. In the back office, I'm logged in as myself as the account rep and or CSR. So first view, you get a dashboard of quotes, comparison quotes. What happened last month, what's happening in this current month, what the team is doing, how they're performing, orders that are happening at the account level. But for this demo, we'll go and take a look at the quotes. So this is the quote that Nicole just submitted. These are the items that were submitted. So as an account rep, I can add additional SKUs to the quote. So similar to what we saw in the quick order, I can add them one at a time. I can add them through a CSV file, or better yet, as I'm the sales rep or the account rep for Nicole's account, automatically when I access her quotes, I get her profile. So I get visibility of all of her categories that she has access to, as well as pricing that she has access to. So I'll just add additional products here, add it to the quote. Give it a second. So now those items have been added to the quote. So you'll have different items. I can have an order level discount I can apply, or if I go down to the line level, I'll see what each item and what their margins are. So I can decide to give let's say a 10% discount on one of the items which has a higher margin. I can go across and give additional discounts based on the items I want to give as discounts. Now you'll get to see the total discount amount, the total of the value. Now the business rule here is once I apply the discounts, right, at the line level, what happens is at the order level, we deactivated it. But that's the business rule that we added. Now I'll tell Nicole that this particular offer is valid till the end of the month. The freight cost for this order is $2,000. And we put in net terms of 45. And then we save it and we send the offer over. Now within, I forgot to mention, within the account rep, sales rep, there's a workflow where I can reassign the order over to another rep that is part of the same account. And as well, if my limits, so for example, my discount limits or my approval limit is at a threshold, then it would go over to my senior rep, which would approve it and then go over back to Nicole. But right here, I was able to approve her quote. So if I just refresh the page here. So we'll see that the quote has been approved. It's valid till the end of the month at net 45. You'll notice the discount that were applied at the 2 line level. Again, the discount and how it's shown on the front end can be designed based on usability and what you want to do. The total discount that's applicable to the entire order. And now Nicole can go either cancel the quote or checkout or go through a one-click checkout. What the one-click checkout does is it takes the default bill to ship to address, I confirm a PO number. Now, again, at the PO number side, I can upload a PO document. So if you require a PO document, that can be mandatory and allow the buyer to upload a PO document, which gets associated to the actual order that you're creating and flows across to the ERP system or the CRM system, depending on what integrations we have. So now that I created the order, we'll see the order that was created with the items that were created and the discount and the total amount that was created. So this is on the front end side, going from the buyer all the way to requesting the quote and then having the account rep. Now, if we do it the other way, where you have the account rep that wants to create an offer for a project, so project ABC, and I'll choose the same New York office, which is Sam's and Nicole's. And this is for, and you have a detailed description here that you want to put in, which describes what the project is all about. Now this creates kind of a framework, right? It creates your template that you're able to add your products. Again, I could go one at a time. I can go through the quick order, or I can go to the manual. Now, because I selected, again, the New York office, Nicole's office, I could come here now and add the various products and create my offer, right? Let's make something a little bit more reasonable, right? So I'm creating my offer. This won't go because I do have a credit limit on this, but let's give it a try. So let's reduce this to 100. And we'll reduce this one to 100 and we should be okay. So again, you'll notice that we have margins associated to the actual items themselves. I can go in here now and say, here's my offer. I don't have to put anything else, and no discounts, no anything. I'll say my freight cost now is $5,000. It's a net 45 again. I send it over. So now my offer will be sent over to the New York office. This offer itself is a regular price offer and so forth. When I go back to the front end, right, and I look at the front end, and I'll log in as Sam now. So Sam, as I mentioned before, is the manager of the New York office. So within Sam, we'll notice now that he has a little bit more tabs than Nicole did. He has the group quotes, the group orders, able to see what Nicole puts as orders and anybody in his organization. And as well, he can add new users. So if he has new hires, new buyers, he could come here and add new users within his portal, making this a single point of contact for the buyer. So now if I'm going into the quotes, and I've been asked for timing here. So on the quote now, Sam can either action on the quote, and in this scenario, we'll share it over to Nicole, so it can go back and forth between Nicole and between the same organization. And if I go to Nicole's quotes, now you see the offer over here. So Nicole now can go in, either go through the checkout process or request and say missing SKU, right? And we can pick up a SKU here and say missing SKU here. So we send it over back to the back office, and back to the back office here. And if I go into the quotes, I'm coming here now and I see that she wants me to add this particular SKU to the actual quote. Now she could have did that on her own, on her site, but let's say we're adding a SKU, but because we were adding that SKU, we'll give her an order level discount, right? Just to show you that we can do an order level discount. We'll say this now is valid till mid-June, right? We'll say now it's net 30 days. We'll say it's 5,500, right? So everything has been added in here. Save and approve. and this will be my last area here. So if I refresh here, right now the item was approved with my order level discount, and I can actually do now split shipments. So the order comes here, and I can add another ship to address. I can split my items based on what I want to ship across. And this creates a separate consignment here where you have different orders. And now I can go through the checkout process. And through the checkout process, again, you have your orders split up. We can do a payment or credit or put in a PO number as we did before. Now, those payments are assigned at the order level, at the account level. So you can decide if an account is pay on account or pay on credit card. If it's a delinquent account, it would override to credit card. So those are all the business rules that you get added in the back end. Now, once the order gets created on this side, you'll see that you have the total order, but also the items that are being shipped to different ship to addresses with the discount amounts added. So this as far as a quick demo, as far as the quote process is going on, but there's a whole account hierarchy, credit limits that are applicable to accounts. There's a cost center, adding a cost center, as you saw at the New York level. There's limits as far as what you can order, who you can, how much you can quote for. There's permission levels of what like a Nicole can do versus what a Sam can do. We also have microsites available. And then we also have various product types, right? Whether it's subscriptions, bundling, renewals, and also an RMA process, allowing the user to be able to do returns or be able to do reorders. So I think my time is up, Hannah, unless I have more time.
Let's go to our questions. Hold on, I'm just getting my video
okay.
back because we've had a few come in. Yes, actually, we have quite a few come in. All right, so these are a bit product specific, Dom, so hopefully you'll know exactly what they're referencing. First one, for the quick order pad, what if you don't know the exact part number? He said, I didn't see an auto suggest, but is there an auto suggest feature?
Yeah, we don't have it in this demo environment, but there is an auto suggest where as you're typing out the SKU number, the products would appear at the bottom and then you can select it until you have the right product. So yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. A few more here. This person says, good morning. As you mentioned, you can see account level pricing once logged in. So I assume you can distinguish between public and account specific pricing, correct? I think yes, correct.
That's correct. That's correct. You can make the difference between regular pricing or MSRP or whatever type of pricing that you want to have on the front end. And then different account levels can have their own pricing, their own categories, their own products associated to them. So it can go to those levels as well.
Okay, great. Can this product enforce max order quantity at the customer level?
Yes, so that's part of the cost center, credit limits, buyer permission levels, where you'll have certain users or certain buyers that will only be permitted to purchase up to a certain amount. Once that limit is reached, then they wouldn't be able to purchase. Now, we also have an override where we can actually set, your budgets get renewed every year, every quarter, every month, every weekly. So we can dive even deeper into if we want to go in, if you have more questions, a little bit more details, we can do a detailed demo on account level pricing and account level permissions. Yep.
Okay, and if anyone would like a deeper level demo, please reach out to us. We're happy to schedule that after the fact. Few more here, Dom. Can you have certain products visible to certain customers only?
Yes, so you can have certain categories visible to certain customers. You can have specific products within those categories specific to certain customers, including pricing as well.
Okay. They keep coming in. Is search native or is it connected to a third-party search? And then John, maybe you can just speak to like how we think about integrating with other third-party systems and how that would work.
Yeah, so search is not native. So we're integrating to third-party solutions. What we want to do is focus on core B2B features for our pre-composed solution, and then leverage what specific searches are available out there that would enhance our solution. So that's what we're looking at, having third-party integrating with us.
Great. And then the last one that I'm seeing, actually there are a few more, but question about multi-unit management. How can a user place orders for multiple accounts? And then can we have multiple users access the same account and order history?
So how can users purchase for multiple accounts? So for example, if I log, I won't have time to show it, but yes, certain users will be able to purchase for certain accounts. So for example, there's a different level hierarchy within the account, and in this example was Amanda, which would be able to purchase on behalf of Nicole, for example, on that side. So there is the ability for having somebody be able to purchase on behalf of somebody else.
Okay. And can we have multiple users access the same account and order history?
You can have multiple users access the same account, same user history. So for example, Sam, we can have multiple Sams. So you can have Sam, you can have Nicole having the same level, and they both will be able to see each other's orders, each other's what's happening on both sides.
And then I see one here. Does Elastic Path have an integration with tax automation software like Avalara? I can answer that one. We do. And a great place to see all of our integrations is our Composable Commerce Hub. So there we have a list of our pre-composed solutions, which, for example, what we've shown today, and you can actually see the B2B pre-composed solution there. And we also have our accelerators, which are kind of more your traditional, which include your more traditional third-party partner integrations in the form of connectors and plugins, which really just showcases how much of the work is pre-done versus how much of the work the brand would do. But all of those are kind of your kickstart, whether you want to pre-compose from accelerators like a tax automation software, or you want to launch rapidly with a pre-composed solution. So check out the Composable Commerce Hub and you can see all of our integrations there. There are a few more questions here, Dom.
Yeah.
Do you have to use all of the features of the pre-composed solution?
No, these are all component based. So for example, if you only need the quote process from the buyer side and not from the sales side, that's possible. If you need one level account level, you don't need multi-tiered account level, that's possible. So all of the features are built as components, and those components can be activated or deactivated based on business requirements and technical requirements.
Okay, makes sense. And you spoke a little bit about some of the other features that we didn't show today, but as far as roadmap, Dom, what's coming soon? What are we thinking about building together as we enhance this pre-composed solution for B2B?
One of the areas is really enhancing the subscription model. We're looking at integrating, right now we're going to be working on integrating Digital River as part of the pre-composed solution. And we're also looking at integrating Salesforce as part of our pre-composed solution, so that quotes don't necessarily have to go through our back office. They can actually flow back and forth between the Salesforce and the buyer side on the storefront.
Great. I just saw another one come in. What would be an average time to market for a merchant who needs an integration with their ERP and CRM? This says, let's say they have up to 1 million of products of a simple type. So 1 million simple products.
So a B2B implementation, depending on the complexity, if it's really just the ERP and the CRM integration, I'm assuming there's going to be some tax integration if you're in the US. That would probably be typically anywhere between 5 to 9 months, again, depending on the complexity that we would need to do. But it's pretty, I mean, if we're going with our pre-composed solution and just integrating to the ERP and CRM, that's in the lower side of the estimate.
Thank you. I'm seeing another one about integration. How about marketing automation? Does this product integrate with any marketing solution?
Right now, we don't have an integration to any marketing solution here, but we have integrated to various marketing solutions with our customers. Typically pretty straightforward, whether they're RESTful APIs integrations or JavaScripts or tagging of the site. That's not a complex integration. That includes email, transactional emails or shopping cart, abandoned cart emails, and so forth.
Yeah, and just one of the overall benefits of Elastic Path and our use of a composable commerce approach, we leverage a modular architecture and an open ecosystem. So you really can integrate with your preferred vendors of choice across from search to marketing and beyond. We follow the best for me approach that really is supported by composable commerce. So you can create what you need for success. And this pre-composed solution is a great way to kind of get started. And then you can add your preferred third-party vendors that meet your unique needs. All right. I think that is it. Any final questions? I'll give folks another moment to type anything else in. I do see a question about default payment gateways used in Elastic Path. We have quite a list of payment gateways in Elastic Path. Again, those are on the Composable Commerce Hub. I think we have about 8 to 10 in the platform that are plugins, super easy to swap in and out and use. So again, I'd reference the Composable Commerce Hub for that. All right, well, we are at the end of our time. Dom, thank you so much for joining us for the live demo. Thank you to all of our attendees for joining us as well. If you'd like to learn more, please reach out. As Dom shared, there's much more that we can do with this pre-composed solution, and we'd love to share it with you. So thanks everyone for joining us, and stay tuned for our next all demo, no pitch coming up soon. Have a great day. Bye all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.